Alright, hi there MTGOntario, and it's another 8-4 draft here, the first one for the month of May. And I'll just get things started right away, and this is a pack. Wow. Let's start from left to right, I guess. We got Burn the Impure, Morbid Plunder, White Widow, Vidalcan Alchemist, Skinwing, and of course Black Sun Zenith. This is a pretty loaded pack. I don't think you can really go wrong with the Black Sun Zenith. I mean, even if it's like a slow Wrath of God type effect, or a big infest is whatever you want to call it. Mass sweepers is still a mass sweeper. It's a strong blue card, decent red card, couple of green cards here and there. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Black Sun Zenith, and unfortunately we're not really passing anything black other than Morbid Plunder. And that's probably not going to be anywhere close to the other picks here, so I'm fine with taking Black Sun Zenith and maybe jumping into black if we see anything good. This pack, not that exciting. Trying to think of what we want to do with our black card. It usually goes well with blue, red, or green. Doesn't really go well with white. Color combination does not work out in your favor. This pack is pretty bare though. Mitotic Manipulation, I've never really seen anyone cast it. I don't think it's any good. I'm just gonna ignore that. There's a Viridian Emissary, which is a fine card. It's not the greatest here. Sort of color committing. Mirror Sire is not exactly exciting either. None of the blue cards really stand out either. I think I'm just gonna take the Emissary here. Maybe go like Black-Green Dinosaurs or something like that. Maybe even go Infect, but there's obviously no signal for an Infect card or archetype in this pack at all. So anyways, I'm going to take what I think is probably the best value card here, which I think is the Emissary, and move on from there. Just other than my first pack, these packs haven't been very exciting. There's a Plaguemaw Beast, which is I guess a big beater. It's not the worst. Really, this is just terrible packs. Jeez. There's a Dross Ripper, I guess, keeps us in black. It's kind of awkward, I don't know. I mean, Plaguemaw Beast isn't even that great. It's a 5-mana 4/3, which is fine, I suppose. It's not like the greatest, it's not the worst. Question is it better or worse than a Dross Ripper? I mean, I kind of just want to stick to black here. I don't even know if I want to go green. There's nothing really pushing me to go towards green. Like, if this was a Fangard Marauder, I'd just jump on it right away, but I'm going to go with the Dross Ripper here, because I'd rather just commit to my Black Sun Zenith more than my Viridian Emissary. So, I don't know if that was necessarily correct or not, but let's look at this pack. Well, we can go two different ways with this pack. Virulent Rune's a fine removal card, and it kills most things in this format. There's another Dross Ripper for us, but then we can take stuff like Core Prowler or Flincher Might as well. There's no green card in this pack, other than the Glissa's Courier, which will obviously table, or it might not, but I don't really care about that at this point. Everything else is pretty weak. Taking the Core Prowler is not out of question here. Like, being able to go the Infect route is not out of the question here either. It's definitely the strongest Infect card. Given all the cards that have been coming in the last couple of packs, I haven't really seen Infect as a real archetype like that can be drafted at this point. I'm gonna take the Virulent Rune. It feels like the safest card here in either archetype, so we'll take that. Yeah, all the Infect cards, other than the Core Prowler, this is like the first other this is I've seen a Phyrexian Jester in this pack, and it's kind of not exciting. So I'm gonna guess that the person to our right, or maybe 2 seats to our right, are drafting Infect, and we're just getting like the leftovers. So I'm gonna kind of ignore the Infect for now, and can probably take another Emissary here. It seems like a decent value card. Everything else not that exciting in this pack. So yeah. Probably going some sort of green-black non-infect deck, something like that. Like Quicksilver Geyser is a pretty reasonable card here too, actually. I could go blue. You know what, I'm going to take the Geyser here and see what blue cards get shipped to me. Like another Geyser. It's interesting, like, I think that blue is relatively open from the looks of like when these Geysers are turning up. Like, I'm not sure exactly how people feel about Geyser. I might be completely wrong about it, but I really like it. But it is a kind of heavy card, so you don't want to have too many in your deck. That being said, if we're trying to like go for like a slower controlling archetype, maybe something like Peace Strider is better at this point in the game, because we're more likely to see another Quicksilver Geyser than a Peace Strider at this point. Peace Strider goes to almost every archetype because it's a colorless artifact, and Quicksilver Geyser is also a common compared to an uncommon, which has a higher chance of coming around. So I'm thinking the Peace Strider here is fine. This pack's kind of bare for us. Like I said before, I think that the Infect cards that we're seeing are just the leftovers for someone else's Infect draft, so I kind of don't want to go that route. Taking something like Gust Skimmer might be fine here because we're not really in green, and going blue for Quicksilver Geyser seems probably better than going green for a Viridian Emissary. So yeah, I'll take that, I guess. I don't know at this point. I keep seeing all these Viridian Emissaries. Nobody likes them. I'm gonna pick them up for the time being. We're probably gonna lose. We're throwing away. I'm pretty sure we're throwing away 2 picks here. We might be able to splash the Quicksilver Geyser actually, but we'll see. And this pack's kind of awkward for me, so I'm just gonna take the Emissary since it's just the best card in the pack. All right. Seeing a Tangle Mantis this late is a pretty good signal. I mean, our pack was pretty loaded, so seeing a Tangle Mantis come back out of this pack is not that surprising. But I think we can go green here and then probably splash the Quicksilver Geyser since we have 2 emissaries. So see what we can make out of that. This was that really crappy pack, nothing in here. Where's Caustic Hound do? Yeah, nothing. Okay. 6 mana 4/4s are not exciting. But then, like, if I'm gonna get a 6 mana 4/4, I might as well get one that could get bigger, I guess. Sure, why not? This pack really is nothing I want to play in it, so I'm gonna take a Choking Fumes because that could be playable for somebody else. Glissa Courier came back as I suspected. Like, I don't see any black cards, unfortunately. We might have to jump out of black depending on what gets shipped, but we'll see. Like, if I open like a sweet blue rare, for example, I'm perfectly fine with jumping out of black here. Yeah, what is this? 7 mana, 8/8. Okay. This deck doesn't look that great right now. I've been trying to read all the signals, and I don't think there was any point that we would have been able to go and Infect. I saw like the Core Prowler, but that was it pretty much. And I think that our picks were relatively safe. Oh, that's a Horde Smelter Dragon. That's also Volition Reigns. So, this is awkward. Oh boy. I don't know what to say here. I think we're definitely not taking the Horde Smelter Dragon because that doesn't seem like a very good plan. I don't know, man. This is awkward. I think Volition Reigns is the pick here, but then we're probably throwing away one of our colors. I'm just gonna hide this Quilled Flagworm. I don't really see myself playing that. Yeah. I mean, I wish there was a black card in this pack other than Corrupted Harvester. That was reasonable, but there isn't, so, and there's no good green card either, so I'm just gonna take the Volition Reigns and see what we get out of this. Jesus Christ, look at all these bombs. Well then, there's no green card, and I mean, no green card for us other than the Telegelite Fawn. I don't really care too much about that. Seeing Disperse at this point, I don't really care about it because I'll probably get something like that back. There's a Gold Mirror and an Iron Mirror. I think the pick is between one of the mirrors here. We're not looking to go Meadowcraft either, so Rusted Relic is probably out of the sorry, I can't talk today. Rusted Relic is probably not an option for us, so I think it's one of the mirrors. And the red mirror is better because it opens up stuff like Arc Trail and Galvanic Blast, so I'll take that. Okay. I mean, I guess the person to our left also saw that Infect was not open for him either, and that's why all these Infect cards are being shipped. And by all, I mean a Plague Stinger. But does that change anything for us? No. So the question is, what do we do from here? Well, this pack's still pretty bad for us. Jesus. Really is pretty bad. I don't know. We might have to abandon our 2 blue cards here. Like, we're definitely abandoning some color here. We take a Flesh Allergy. It combos well with Viridian Emissary. I think that's fine. Keeps our Black Sun Zenith open. Like, we only have 4 green cards. I could just scrap that all together. This pack's just so bad. I don't know. I'm gonna take the Flesh Allergy here. See how that works out. Might be incorrect. I'm getting so punished for this. I really want some of these green cards. I think, yeah, just going green here is probably fine. I think the blue cards are going to get cut. Like, I'm looking back at that Volition Reigns pick, but there really was nothing else for us. Like, we're not going to take an off-color Horse Melter Dragon, and there was really nothing in that pack for us other than trying to go blue, maybe. I guess cut the... I mean, not cut. Take the Tangleworm or the Tyrannax here. I mean, considering the amount of green creatures, we might be able to get like a Tyrannax later anyways, and there's still another pack of Scars. I think taking Tangleworm here seems fine. And yeah. So at this point, I think I'm looking to cut the Volition Reigns and just splash the Geyser and probably hide this Gust Skimmer for now. This pack, pretty weak. Looks like that other pack. I guess I could take a defensive like Blight Mamba maybe. It's not the worst. Like, I'd actually just try to set up a late game as it's the way it looks like right now. So this draft's looking a little miserable. Yeah, whatever. I mean, Blight Mamba's the only card for us here, I think. Jeez, look at all these effect cards. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really that I want out of this pack. I mean, cut the Icaras from somebody, but Telegelad Defiance is a card that we could probably play. So I'll take that. We'll see. Miserable. I'll take a Copper Mirror. I guess better than all these other cards. Well, Molder Beast is fine here. Everything else, not so great. We don't really need the Flyer as a Snapsail Glider, so yeah. Chrome Steed? Do we have artifacts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, we don't really see. I can't really see myself getting Metal Crafted for a Chrome Steed. Maybe, but I'm gonna just go with more Mana Mirrors here and then hopefully get a bunch of dinosaurs in the next pack. Pack, pretty bare. I guess. I don't really care about anything in this pack. Guess I'll take out a Black Cleave Goblin. In case anyone wanted to play that. I don't know. Pack's pretty empty. I don't really see a reason for me to play a Carapace Forger. I'm going to take my 4th Leonin Arbiter from my set. Missouri's Archer might see sideboard play. That. Maybe I should be cutting those Necrogen sensors from people who have all the Glint Hawks, but I don't even see any Glint Hawks, so I don't really care too much right now. I mean, might play a Copperhorn Scout. I doubt it, but we'll see. My deck ends up being that bad, then I think it's pretty unsalvageable anyways. So as it stands, our deck is not great. I mean, it's not terrible, but like I'm pretty sure this deck is just a lot of like late game stuff, and we just need to ramp up to that point. The awkward part is one of our bomb cards is a sweeper that kills all our early game stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. Well, I'm not taking an 8-drop. Moving on. I could splash an Oxidus Scrap Melter. Otherwise, this pack kind of sucks. So yeah, I'd rather splash on a Scrap Melter than a Quicksilver Geyser, because they're both 2-for-1 cards. Well, I mean, Quicksilver Geyser is not really a 2-for-1 card. It's like an annoyance that comes back. Hey, that's a Grasp of Darkness. Well, I'm gonna hide this Quicksilver Geyser for now, and I'm gonna take this Grasp of Darkness and move on. I want to see an Alpha Tyrannax is what I want to see. I mean, we had to pass one for Bellowing Tangleworm, but it was common, Tangleworm was uncommon, and there's another pack of Scars altogether, so there's a higher chance of us getting a Tangleworm, I think. Not a Tangleworm, a Tyrannax. So, we will see. This pack, kind of blank again. I think Fume Spitter is like the only pick here. I mean, Telgelad Fallen is like a 4-drop defensive card in our deck, which is not that exciting. And Fume Spitter is a value card. I mean, 1-for-1 removal on pretty much all the important things in this format that are early game. Guess that's fine. You can take one of these Mana Mirrors, but we're not too hung up. Like, we've got three Mana Mirrors already and 2 Viridian Emissaries, so we should be okay for mana. So I'll take a Fume Spitter. Got Untamed Might. Doesn't really do a whole lot in our deck. I mean, Darksteel Sentinel seems okay here. I mean, it's not exactly a dinosaur, but I mean, it's a solid guy. It does cost a lot, but it's not the worst. So I guess I'll take that over Untamed Might. Untamed Might does a lot more justice in an Infect deck. Otherwise, though, we got Azuri's Renegade Leader. We've got 2 elves, right? Is this an elf? No, that's a horror. Horror? You're a horror? Okay. Whatever. Is Azuri better than a Mana Mirror? I think that we'll be able to get a Mana Mirror, and I don't really see anything else I want. Oh, wait, this one is Instill Infection. Actually, yeah, Instill Infection's a lot better than Azuri. Almost missed that. Yeah. Pack pretty blank for us. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm going to go ahead and run the cuts here. I'm going to cut this Kemba Skyguard since it doesn't look like we have a very good way to deal with flying at the moment. Jeez, this pack is miserable. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to take Lifesmith, I guess. Might be a card we play, I doubt it. Okay, I'm going to cut it right now, though. Molder Beast is fine. Another dinosaur is another dinosaur. Royak Reaver kills Sistbear. Exsanguinate. If my deck comes to it, I might have to fireball somebody out with that. Deck's not very exciting. I'm going to cut the Blight Mamba for the time being. I don't see myself playing that. Probably cut this Glissa's Courier too. Sideboard that in when I need to. Kind of awkward. Actually, I'd rather cut this Razorfield Rhino. It doesn't do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 artifacts. Yeah, I mean, it's a 6-mana 4/4. Otherwise, it doesn't really do anything that exciting. Kind of want a couple more playables here. We'll see. Like, deck's not great. It's not bad, but it's not awful. Fencer's Journal, I guess. I don't know. Play another Moryak Reaver. I don't see myself Tainted Striking anyone out of the game here. So this deck is not very good, I should say, but I mean, it has a shot. It's not amazing, but if we get past round 1, then it has already exceeded my expectations. Let's put it that way. I'm gonna put all these cards in and see how we can go from there. Grasp of Darkness. Actually, Telgelad Defiance might be worse than Blight Mamba. It depends what we are trying to do here. I'll leave those on the side for now. I need also for that and that. With 6 artifacts, is it worth it to play a Lifesmith over any of these 3 cards? From the looks of it, we need as much. Wait, am I playing this Quilled Slagworm? Actually, I might. Considering the power level of this deck, we don't actually have. We've got 3 mana mirrors, 2. Where's my other Viridian Emissary? Oh, there we go. Never mind. Got 2 Viridian Emissaries, 3 mirrors. Could probably get up to this point reasonably fast. Is it a 7 mana 8/8 though? I mean, it's fine, I guess. I think playing Telgelad Defiance is fine since it's just cycles here. To play 16 lands of the Quilled Slagworm. Is Slagworm better than like Lifesmith? I think that Lifesmith is probably going to be very insignificant, and it's just awful against stuff like Infect. The Slagworm, we could probably get there, so I don't know. I'm not happy playing with it, obviously. I wish I could find something better than it, but thinking that Lifesmith is probably worse than it. I think Blight Mamba is also not something that we need to do, because I don't really want to be tying up my mana regenerating that all the time. So yeah, main decking Glissa's Courier might be an option, but again, it just might be awful against the wrong matchups. So I'm just gonna avoid that. Razorfield Rhino I think is probably just worse than trying to go for like 1 more mana for a huge power boost. So I'll try this. It's sort of like a dinosaurs deck with like big X spells. I don't know. It's kind of awful. I don't know. I'm pretty unhappy with this, but we could probably get there. If we get 1 round, like I said, that's much more than I expected. So let's just color sort this. Jeez, this is awful. Alright, well, suggest. Moto says 871. Probably correct. We have 2 copper mirrors, so we technically have 2 green sources, and then we have 2 Viridian Emissaries, is fine. Iron Mirror for another red source. They should be alright. Might be a little awkward getting some of the double green cards out right away, but we definitely need more black in the late game. We need to get Grasp of Darkness out, Flash Allergy, Black Sun Zenith, and Exsanguinate, and we don't have any other black sources other than the actual swamps in our deck, because the rest of the mirrors don't produce black, and Viridian Emissary is sort of like that, but then we need green to get that out, so I guess this distribution should be okay. Let's cross our fingers. Hopefully our first round opponent doesn't have a real deck, and we'll join you back here for round 1.